I think we might be. There we go.
All right. We are good to go.
Yes, sir. My Instagram don't want to act right. It's all good. There we go.
I'm gonna load it up on my desktop real quick.
Cool. Man, when people start popping in, let me know what's up. Let me know how you doing, where you from, where you joining in from. Boiler up, hell yeah, let's go. I see you already, man. We got the Purdue people in the building. Where my Green Bay Packer people at though? I want
Uh
I
oh.
want to hear about this Jordan Love contract, man. People in there, we want to know about what y'all think about Jordan Love signing the highest paid deal right now in the NFL. Signing with my
Damn.
Yeah, man. He signed the highest. He's the highest paid player in the NFL right now. I think he got 220, some 220, 250 million, something crazy like that.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's nuts, bro. It's nuts. But hey, they got that play money nowadays, especially them damn quarterbacks. It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, they be making stupid money, them quarterbacks.
retarded. Yo, I see people jumping in here, man. I met you in Maryville. What's happening? You probably did, man. And shout out to my people in the 219 the region. I got love for y'all. People don't understand what the region is like. Man, that region crazy. But when people coming in, let me know where you from. Shout out 219. Shout out my Packer people. Dakota, man. Yo, Dakota. We still got to talk, bro. I'm gonna get my cigars made, man. So that way, when we get these cigars popping, we can throw that tequila on there. If y'all don't know, my boy Dakota Watson, he in the live on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm sorry, the man got a tequila, gave me a couple bottles, took 2 shots. It was over with. Can't remember what the hell we was talking about at the pack event. Dakota. Hey, Dakota, man, I ain't gonna even hold you, bro. I got my old fashioned right here, but I did make me some old fashions with that tequila, bro. It was fire. I ain't gonna even hold you. Man, that's
Nice.
yeah. But
So we're gonna get to it, man. So tonight we want to just tap in and talk about mindset and what it's really like being an entrepreneur. What's it like? What's the hard shit that nobody talks about? Everybody wants to be flashy, and I did this and I do that, and I make so much money. I drive this whip. It's probably rented, but let me cap. You know what
yeah, straight up,
I'm saying?
straight up. Yeah, man. I agree. I think Steven, Dakota, I gotta give you shout outs, man, because I want people to go in there and buy this tequila, man. That mug is fire. And I ain't even a tequila drinker. That's what's crazy. But like Steven said, I think the crazy thing about this is what people don't really understand, even if it's from business, right? Starting credit repair businesses, or you going into the entrepreneur journey, even going into people don't even know in the NFL you're an entrepreneur too, because your body is your business, right? And being able to be the CEO of your body, because the product that you put on the field is how you keep your job, and mindset has a lot to do with that. I think that people they downplay it, man. I put a post up and I wanted to start with this because so many people commenting on it. So if y'all watching and y'all commenting on that post, it actually the title of it is "What the fuck," and honestly, like it just talks about my journey to the NFL. And people get this misconstrued because what people don't really understand is that when it comes to mindset and you talking about mindset, and it starts off like, "What the fuck would you do?" And people don't understand with mindset comes a huge why. Why are you doing what it is that you do? You have to establish that why in order to establish that mindset. Because if you don't, your business will flop because this shit is not easy and people think that it's easy. A lot of people jump into the credit repair industry thinking like, yeah, I'm finna jump in here and I'm finna make a whole lot of money right out the gate. And they see these people with, posting in Lambos, posting in private jets, and they talking about this is what credit did for me. And a lot of the times they don't really understand what these people go through because I'm a mentee in some of these groups and what they had to go through. Some of these people spent their last dollar to get in here, and they had that mindset like, I don't give a fuck if I go broke to get to where I need to be. I'm willing to do what it takes to get to where I need to be, utilizing that mindset that I got. So mindset is a huge thing. And I think that me and Steven both, we talk about this all the time, which is why we have accountability meetings every single Monday. Because I don't care if you're making multi-millions or if you're making a few dollars, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to have somebody come pick you up and take you out of, that rat race in your head, that wheel that spins and make you want to quit. I want to keep shouting out my boy Dakota. Dakota started his own tequila company. Man, I can only imagine what the hell he had to go through. A former NFL player that now has his own tequila line and still launching that thing and getting off the ground. What it took for him to get there and the mindset that he had. So mindset is really huge, which is why we want to come in here and talk about that. But through this whole live, I want people to be active. I want people to get in here and ask questions. I don't care if it's about the NFL, the mindset it took to get in the NFL, and then the mindset it is to transition out of the NFL and become an entrepreneur in the business world, which is not an easy thing for most players. Ask questions, be active, let us know, because I want to give y'all the game. And I had a couple old fashions, like I said, so I might go off on a tangent, but I think that it's good.
Yeah, please, definitely. If you guys got questions, now's the time to do it. Like we said in the earlier post, it's going to be our last live coming on here. Because we're going to be trying to move a different direction with this, but we want to try to give as much as we can today. So we definitely encourage you guys to ask. We're too open.
Uh-oh. I don't know if Steven got cut out, if that was mine. But in the absence of Steven, we'll keep going. I don't know if his computer went out or what happened with the service. But from my perspective, man, I want to talk to you all about mindset. Like he said, I think people really don't understand. And for me to get into the business world, for any player that's transitioned out of the NFL, what does that take? You know what I'm saying? And what does that look like? That's a hard thing, man. It's a hard thing to combat. It's a hard thing to have to register and go through. And I don't know. There we go. I think Steven coming back on. And I don't know if people really get it. Hey, if y'all can see me, man, give me a shout right quick. I want to make sure that I'm still on here. Really, really quick. If you see me on the screen, drop me a little fire in the chat. Let me see. Where my people at, man? Y'all supposed to be interacting in here. All right, bet. There you go. Thank you. But anyways, man, back to the subject at hand. Like I said, thank you so much. I think that what people don't really understand is that just the mindset that it even takes to go from being a professional athlete and then getting into business, and Steven being a business owner. Steven was one of my coaches when I got into credit repair. And a lot of people ask me, well, why did you get into credit repair? How did you pivot into credit repair? What was your mindset? And I say this all the time. It's all on my Instagram, every single where you look, the videos, the lives, I talk about it 24/7. In 3.25 years, most NFL players leave broken divorce. That's 8 out of 10 players in 3.25 years leave broken divorce. Most people always got their 2 cents about there you go. I hear you, Steven. Most people jump in here and then they go, well, why don't you manage your money better? What you don't understand is this. When you get drafted, you have to be drafted, and there's only 1,500 people that go to the rookie symposium. You're 20 years old, 21, 22 years old, and you get dumped a couple millions of dollars. I don't even know what percentage, and I don't even want to play this card, but what percentage of athletes that actually go into the NFL that are Black. So now you're looking at a statistical thing with Black people getting drafted and going into the NFL, and you coming from these communities to where you either have to or you want to provide for your family. You want to do them that service, right? And we don't get the financial literacy courses that people think that we get. There's no money management courses when you get into the NFL. There's nobody in your ear telling you, like, look, this is the direction that you need to go. But what you do get is these greedy ass financial advisors, which I've had too, that when you get in the game, they look at your finances and go, well, we can get you into this portfolio, we can get you into this money market. But what they do is they put you into these money markets or these financial situations, because if people don't know, financial advisors get paid off how much money you actually keep in the bank. They don't teach you how to go invest it because they want to keep the money in the bank. And that's not the best strategy for these NFL athletes. And then the ones that don't even get financial advisors now have to manage their own money. But did you know that Uncle Sam is taking 51% of that money? So we just talked about Jordan Love signing this $250 million contract or whatever it was that he signed. He's already lost 51% of that due to taxes. A good portion of that is in his guaranteed money, which is in his upfront money. So now you're looking at it going, okay, damn, I got 2 years to possibly make my guaranteed money. And now they're looking to get rid of me and replace me with somebody else. Quarterback, it doesn't matter what position you're in. So now the mindset becomes something very important, because now as an NFL athlete, you're looking at like, damn, well, how the hell can I actually stay in this league long enough to make enough money? But now you got the pressure from the media, you got the pressure from the family, you got pressure coming from everywhere. You have to perform. You got family that's going to jump in your pockets and try to take your money. And then you got the pressure from the organization, to where if you're not performing, now you're at risk. They can get rid of you. And so when we talk about mindset, people always go, well, what is your mindset? How do you stay in the league? What most people don't even understand is, from my standpoint, and like I said, this goes for businesses in general, but when you get into the NFL, you are a business. So for me, I came into the NFL with injuries. I had 13 surgeries through my career, from college all the way to the end of my pro career. And people go, well, how the hell did you stay in there? What did you do with your money? Or did you not have financial situations to where you had people telling you about money? No, I didn't. And I had 2 badass financial advisors. But at the end of the day, the mindset is what kicked in, because I looked at it like this. My first year in the NFL, my mom got diagnosed with cancer. She had a $150,000 job when she was making $150K. And when she got cancer, she lost that job. So when people go comment on my post and they go, well, you shouldn't be taking care of your family, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. What the fuck would you do if you jump into a situation to where your mom has cancer? You got 4 other siblings sitting at home. Your dad's working every single day, but he's not making that much money. And so now your parents, they can't even afford their mortgage. So the mindset for me is that, damn, okay, if I'm willing and able, if my mom's fighting cancer, for me, I'm going to go put everything I got into what it is that I'm doing. I don't care about a surgery. I don't care about an organization. I don't care about any of those things, because the biggest motivational factor for me, the why, was my background, the people that actually got me to where I needed to be, and the people that helped me sustain that. And so my mindset was always like, if I can stay in this league long enough to make enough money, I graduated with 2 degrees and I could take care of my family, I can break generational curses. So when I tell people 24/7, like, yo, I went through seasons to where I couldn't even walk. My chef was a crutch. He drove me to and from games. I was taking 150 opiates a week. I was getting 16 injections in my stomach on Tuesday and expected to show up on Sunday and play a game. But in the back of my mind, nothing can ever compare to my mom having to walk through cancer with 4 kids, and she got to provide for a family. So whatever that situation is, that becomes your why, and that becomes your mindset, and how you can go about implementing these things and then being successful. Because for me, it was like, man, listen, that surgery stuff, yeah, that don't matter. But my mom's fighting, my family's fighting. And if I can stay in this league long enough to break generational curses, I'm gonna get to where I need to be. And I was always put in a position where I'm gonna lead by example. I'm not a big talker. But if I can just show up every single day and give my best, what could that do for everybody around me? That whole situation for me turned into staying into the league. Now I got a brother that's in the league. My sister's a beautician. She has her own business. My brother's a painter. He has his own business. But this is what you talk about when you're leaving a legacy and you create a mindset, because that mindset becomes a cancer. The people around you are like, damn, let me jump on this dude's, like, whatever it is that you got, I'm trying to have that. And that's how you sustain businesses. So from the NFL, you deal with that. And then you go into the business world, being an entrepreneur. And I'm gonna let Steven talk about that, because even for me to transition as an entrepreneur, that was hard. Because now, how do you mimic $400,000 biweekly in a bank account being a business owner, when once you're done playing football, that shit stops? You don't get another paycheck. You done. They don't give a damn about you. You are finished. So yes, you do have to have a little financial literacy, which is why I jumped into credit. But at the same time, you have to have that mindset to sustain whatever the hell it is that you're building in order to be successful. But go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, sorry I got knocked off there for a second, but I appreciate you picking me up. Um, yeah, I think the biggest thing, so for me, like talking about mindset with business, like when I was in the military and I was ready to get out, like the year before, I was already thinking like, okay, where am I going to be at? What do I want to do? Okay, I want to go to school, and I had a plan. And it helped me be successful because I went to school, got my degree, and so when I was thinking about doing, leaving my full time job where I'm making damn good money to be an entrepreneur to run the credit game, and whatever else I can do, it was scary. But I remember telling myself, like, I have my family that I have to be able to take care of. And eventually, I want to be able to do this where my wife doesn't have to work. Like, we're both here at the house just building, and eventually, we'll get our daughter there too. And it was tough, man. I talked to a client the other day. They wanted to start a credit repair company, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I know I'm going to take off." They wanted to talk to us about outsourcing, and they were like, "Yeah, I'll probably have 50, 100 clients, in the next couple of months." And I said, "Look, time out. Can it happen? Yes, absolutely. Will it happen? Probably not, because this is the third time you've tried to schedule an appointment with me and you can't even keep your appointments." You know what I'm saying? Like that mindset's not there. If you're not serious and you're not in like 110% of going into business, then you're not gonna do well, like at all. Like it's gonna suck. It's not always gonna be, like just easy and fun, and you can do whatever the fuck you want during the day. Like it takes time to get there. And then once you get to that point, you can't become complacent.
Mhm.
You have to stay relevant in your business and you have to keep pushing because eventually that money's going to stop, because you're not trying to keep it going.
Right. Right. I think the biggest thing too, Stephen, and as we talk about it more and more, people always want to know, what does that mindset look like? And I'm gonna tell you right out the gate, I'm what you consider an extremist, because for me, it's not just talking about it. I hate people that they talk that shit. You talking it, but you ain't walking it. You talking it, but you ain't living it. And I tell my children this all the time. How you do anything is how you do everything. And in business is the same exact way. How you do anything is how you do everything. So you really have to be able to look in the mirror and go, damn, how am I living my life? You know what I'm saying? And what do I do on a day-to-day basis? Because if you want to jump into entrepreneurship, you're not working 9 to 5 for somebody else where you just show up and do what the hell they tell you to do and then you clock out. Entrepreneurship is not that. Even in the NFL, it's not that at all. You're not just going to the stadium and then you doing a little bit of work. No, when you leave that stadium, you got a playbook. You know what I'm saying? You got to go home and study these plays. You got to be willing to stay up till 11 o'clock in the morning and then wake your ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then go put in your best effort every single day. And then you talking about mentally being fatigued and then physically you just tap the fuck out because you're getting your ass beat every single day and then you still having to show up and go do a job. And people think that, oh, well, you just jumped into the league and you got all this money. That is the hardest job of all time because you have to show up. Your body is your money. So for entrepreneurship, what it looks like is this. And I've been blessed to be able to talk to a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires on stage about what the athlete mindset is. And I tell people all the time, for me in business, when I wake up, my alarm goes off at 3 o'clock. And I tell Stephen this all the time. My alarm is set for 3, but I'm up at 2:45 because this is just who I am. This is the habit that I created. And once my alarm go off, even if I get up before my alarm, I'm putting 2 feet in the ground right out the gate. If you hit snooze, you have lost. And I'm gonna tell you, if I got any entrepreneurs on here, any athletes, if you waking up and you hitting the snooze button, I done beat the fuck out of you already. Because guess what? I'm willing to wake up before my alarm goes off because I know what that is. Once my feet hit the ground, I'm moving. I'm not just moseying around every single day. I wake up, there's a morning routine that I follow every single day. And that's just who I am. That's a habit that I created. In entrepreneurship, nobody's going to stand over you and ring a damn bell and tell you to get up and go to your computer and start working. You have to be willing to wake up, regardless of how you feel, and put your best foot forward. And if it's generating leads, you got to figure out how to market. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a salesperson, you got to figure out how to do the sales calls. If you don't know enough about your profession, you got to be able to get up and study. If you married, you got to be able to tend to your significant other. If you got children and they got to go to school, you got to get them to school. If you got children that's in sports, now you got to turn around and go be a parent in sports, and you got to be an entrepreneur. It's not for the weak. And there's going to be times where your back is against the wall and you're like, damn, I want to quit. But then it's having people like Steven, or having accountability partners, or having people that you can jump into a group that holds you accountable for every single thing that you do. And most people don't want to be, it's funny because when you start telling people about themselves, they don't want to hear that shit. Like, well, what did you do? Well, I woke up, man, and I was tired. Man, you ain't got time to be doing all that. I told Steven, for the last 7 months of my life, I done lost over $100,000 dealing with a tenant that lives across the street from me that ain't paid rent. So now every month, every dime that I'm making in my business, I'm having to pay 3 mortgages every single month, bills and expenses. I still got kids I got to take care of. That's money coming out the door. But guess what? Most people are folding in tent. Most people looking for the fastest way to file bankruptcy. I ain't doing all that. Okay, let me join this mentorship. Well, you already spent a boatload of money. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a mentorship and then let my mentors tell me how to make money. I got to be able to make money. I still got to be able to show up in my business every single day. And some of those days is hard. When you losing, $10,000 in money that you didn't expect to pay, that's a hard damn thing to do. And then when you get the tenant evicted, you go to court. Now this past week, instead of me having to be in my business, I got to go clean out a property. I got to go paint the property. I got to go get the property like clean, trashed out. Then I got to get it listed. I am a licensed realtor too. And then I still have a business. I have employees that I have to go in front of. It's not for the weak. And most people think that it's easy, that you're just going to show up and you're going to be able to go, well, yeah, let me turn on this computer. It's going to make me money. No, you have to have the mindset that, fuck, I don't care if I have millions of dollars. I'm broke every single day. My bank account is zero. And what you do in those 8 to 10 hours that you're working, or 8 to 12 hours that you're working, that's your money. So if you don't show up every single day, you're going to lose money. And that's what people don't really understand, man. It's a hard thing to combat. And the one thing that I tell you is that for me personally, when I look at it, you got to be able to be grateful for the stuff that you have too. Realize how far you've come, because that's going to keep you going. You know what? I don't know how many of y'all read, man. If y'all read, drop me some ones in the chat if you read books. If you really read a damn book and you want a book to read, I'm gonna give y'all a book that y'all need to go pick up right now. It's called The Present. And this book is about 100 pages long. And in this book, it talks about, most people think it's about getting a present, but the present is simply this. You look at the past, you know where you want to go in the future, and that's where you are in the present moment. And so you got to be able to look at everything that you accomplish and where you want to go, and then you have to live that every single damn day. So if you're not waking up doing that, you're already lost. There's people that do business way better than me. Instead of being mad at them, jealous, I'm in their hip pocket. I'm in your DMs. What is that you doing? And if you don't want to talk to me, fuck you. I'm going to go find somebody else. But at the end of the day, people are going to give you free game because they want you to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about having that mentality and that mindset. No matter what door is closed on me, I'm going to kick that motherfucker open every single day. And I'm sorry I'm cussing, but this is just me. If you don't like it, you can log out. But this is just who I am. Seriously, man. Seriously. But I want to hear from people in the chat too, man. If y'all got any questions, yes, that book is by Spencer. Look at this. We got people in the chat. Yes, it's by Spencer Johnson, the same dude that wrote Who Moved My Cheese. And some of y'all need to go read that book too, because people don't know how to. They don't know how to deal with change. But that book is 100% by Spencer Johnson. Go grab it.
Man, you just lit it up there first. I'm just like, I even wrote down, I'm gonna get that book tomorrow. I wrote it down.
Man, you know me, I'm turned up today because you know what? I every single day, Stephen, I pay attention to the people that I have in my circle, and I pay attention to people do. And sometimes people could be the biggest letdown too. You know what I'm saying? We pay these people, we rely on these people, we depend on these people. But one thing that I hate is people that overpromise and underdeliver. You know what I'm saying? And I need people that's going to deliver for me. So if you tell me you're going to do something, you tell me you're going to show up, you got to show up. Because I guarantee you this, and Stephen, you know this about me. If you call me, I'm there. I'm not even thinking twice. I don't care about the money. I don't care about shit. If you need me, I'm going to be there, because that's the type of person I am. But, you know, I got people that I'm like relying on that kind of let me down. So I'm like fired up, like, you know what, fuck it. And the one thing that you could do in your business too is stop relying on everybody. If you have not done the work, don't go try to hire anybody else to do the work. You have to do the work first. I deal with people all the time, but we could just automate that. What are you going to automate if you haven't did your business? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just pay somebody for marketing. Have you tried to market on your own? How the hell could you tell somebody else what to do if you have never tried to do it on your own? If you're a business owner, you better jump in there and do this stuff on your own and figure out what it is that you need before you go hire, or you're going to waste money and you're going to be dependent on people. And then you're going to use that as an excuse like, man, you know, they just such and such ain't doing their job. No, did they not do their job, or did you not do your job? It's just that accountability aspect of it as well.
You know, 3 years ago, I had a VA and I was dependent on a lot on that VA. And then I hired a second one and I was like, all right, cool. And then they just kept slacking. And I was like, you know what? Both of y'all fired. And they're just like, what? How are you going to run the business without us? I built this without you. I've been doing this shit by myself. There was days that Lisa and I were up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just doing disputes. You know, because we had so many clients, and I was just like, we need to do it ourselves. We need to know what it feels like to get in the trenches, to really just dig deep, and feel that pressure, because if I'm gonna set my own expectations. So if I hire somebody to help, if you're not meeting that bar, then I don't need you. You know, same thing with like people. Like I set out my calendar, for folks to follow up with me, to talk business or outsourcing or litigation. They'll set up the meeting, and then they don't follow through,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to chase you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I'm too busy. Like,
Right.
if you want to leave money on the table, if you want to keep running your business, running around like circles, when I'm here, I can help you, and you don't want it, then that's cool. Like, it took me a long time to learn that I don't need those type of people in my circle. If I
Mm-hmm.
gotta chase you, if you don't want to help yourself, then we ain't gonna be good working together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing too about being an entrepreneur is when you leave that job, it's hard because you have to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
have to get up and actually put in work every day.
Right.
If you're a lazy person and you hate going to your job and you go to your job and you're just half-assing it, you ain't ready to be an entrepreneur. I'm sorry. You're just not, because you're not even gonna give it all with what you're doing right now. What makes you think you're gonna go off on your own? Because you're already setting these bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting these bad habits and you're getting stuck in that. You know, People will probably say, "Well, why if they don't like their job, then why would they want to go?" Well, then change it. Change
Mm-hmm.
your mindset and be like, "Okay, let me start my side hustle. Let me get this going." Use that anger that you have with that business
Mm-hmm.
to push your new business. Be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna show up to work today and I'm gonna bust my ass. But when I get back home or on my lunch break or whatever, like when I was first starting my credit business, I used to be a partner in a mechanic shop with my buddy, and we were moving and grooving. But every day I would take an hour lunch, and then during that hour lunch, I'd be doing my credit stuff. On the
Mm-hmm.
way home, I was taking phone calls. Like any extra chance I got, I was trying to work that business. So whenever I did leave and I took this on full time, I already had those positive habits. I already knew, like, hey, I gotta grind this shit out. Like, I gotta hustle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, well, fuck, I guess I'll. There's no calling in sick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, I'm glad that you said that about calling in sick, man. I don't even want to interrupt you, but people don't understand. In the NFL, you don't get sick days. My second game that I ever played in the NFL, I had the flu. I had 104 temperature. It was 104 degrees. And I remember I'm going into that game and the starter went out. The starter goes out. I'm a rookie. We playing against Donovan McNabb. I'm like, oh shit. They like, hey Mike, you got to jump in the game. I'm really like, oh shit, because not only do I got to jump in this game and I got to play every snap, I got the flu. I got 104-degree, temperature, and there's no off days. They don't care. They're gonna give you IV and send you out there on the field. So at that point, it's not about damn, can I do this? You have no other option. You know what I'm saying? And like what you said with leaving work, and then being able to take calls and being at the mechanic shop on your lunch breaks and stuff like that. You taking calls, you're responding to things. People don't really understand, what is it that you're willing to give? What is it that you're willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to sacrifice? Because just like I just said a minute ago, I'm outside getting a property ready for, to sell, to list. There's about $400,000 worth of equity in there. Every single day I'm outside is 90. If you live in Florida, it's about 115 degrees with the humidity. So I'm outside every single day, moving, trashing out the property by my damn self. I'm cutting the grass, I'm doing the hedges. And in between that, my sales guy is sick. Then I got people calling my line for credit repair, which if you are one of my credit repair clients, I love you to death. But if you call my phone, I'm not going to answer it anymore. You can send me a message through the portal because my personal cell phone is not you all's AT&T line, so you can't call me. I'm not a phone company. But still, at the same time, I'm cutting the grass, pausing the lawnmower, and I'm cutting the grass. Because what would you do for 400 grand in 30 to 45 days? Would you go out there and cut that grass? Would you go out there and do those hedges? And then if you got credit repair clients looking to get into your organization, your business, and then they're willing to pay $2,500, would you stop that damn lawnmower? Would you answer that call? Would you do your consultation in 115-degree weather? Most people don't understand, like, it looks good. You sitting there looking at everything on the internet, it looks good. But guess what? I don't have a big team. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to stop my lawnmower, take my sales calls, and cut the lawnmower back on, get the property rekeyed, get somebody to come over to help me move it. I'm doing the damn hedges, and I'm disputing accounts with my VA all on the phone while I'm doing all this. No, it's not this whole glamorous thing 24/7. Yeah, there's a lot of companies out there that got a ton of VAs. I'm hands-on with my disputes. I want my hand in everything because guess what? I know that I want to get everybody the results that they deserve. If you coming to me and you want to buy a house in 6 months, guess what? It's my job to make sure I get you to the finish line. So I'm not relying on my team to pick up the slack when I'm not there. Yes, it's a good position to be in, but everybody ain't there. I'm not there. I don't have a big team, like I said before. So if I got to pick up the slack when one of them gone, 100%. But if you've never done it, what the hell are you going to do? Most people are lazy. Slow nickels and fast dimes are two different things. If you're looking to make a fast dime and you jumping into business, guess what? You ain't never going to make no damn money. But at the same time, slow nickels and steady nickels are better than fast dimes. You better figure out a way how to do it. And then after you do it, you hire somebody to do it. Stop being lazy. Because you can't just go pay everybody to do everything. Most people don't even have the money to go pay somebody to go do it, but you're trying to go hire it out. It's not about that. And then like Steven said, when you got a business and then you can't rely on your employees, this is where as a business owner, you have to have core values. You have to have a mission statement. You have to know to your core who you are. Because if you want to hire somebody and you want people to fit into this mode, what your company stands for, if you don't have core values, you won't know how to hire. Because you're going to hire somebody that does not fit your core values or your mission statement for your company, and they're going to go in there and, excuse my French again, they're going to fuck it all up. So you got to be able to have your core values, your mission statement. You better be able to have a business plan so that when you hire these people, you know that ethically they fit into your business. It's the mindset of an entrepreneur. Most people jump into it and they're like, well, I don't need a business plan. You 100% need a business plan. You better start with a structure and a foundation and have that mindset that I'm going to be a CEO of my business. I'm going to have this big corporation. If you don't have that goal for your business, get the hell out of business because all you're going to be doing is side hustling. And they ain't got time to be side hustling. And Steven talked about discipline. I want to see some people drop some. Let me ask y'all this. And if you bold enough, drop a 1 in the chat if you think you disciplined. And if you don't, that's cool. But if you think you disciplined, drop a 1 in the chat. Because I want to see how many people think that they disciplined. Because I'm going to tell you this, there's no such thing as discipline. I hate to be 100% honest with you, but there's no such thing as discipline. You know what discipline is? At the end of the day, discipline is a habit. Do you know what a habit is? Something that you do every single day. Whether it's a good habit or whether it's a bad habit. You can develop habits fast as hell. And I watch people develop bad habits and then they wonder why they can't be successful. Well, what are your habits every single day? Like I said before, mine is structured as hell. I wake up at 3. I go in my office. I'm not a meditation person that loves to do it, But I start figuring out, let me meditate for a hot little minute, even if it's 10 minutes. Let me just be within myself for a second. Then let me go write in these journals. On my board right now, I got my whole office wall is a whiteboard. And on this whiteboard, every single day, one of my mentors, Rob Cypher, told me, what is it that you want to make on a property that you got to flip? You in there with your hands every single day. You sweating your ass off, and then you there for 8 hours, and you coming home and running your credit repair business. How much money do you want to make? I want to make $400,000 in 45 days. What the fuck would you do for $400,000 in 45 days? So at 3 o'clock in the morning, after I meditate, I'm writing this on my board. Then I have my journal. Then after I journal, I go to the gym. Why? Because health is wealth. You better be able to deal with yourself before the world come deal with you. Because if the world come deal with you before you are actually able to take care of yourself, you're gonna get your ass kicked every single day. So you better wake up and deal with yourself, number one. Then after you deal with yourself, I come home. There's no break. I come home, I eat, my kids are up, got to get them ready. I'm in my business, 10 toes, every single day. You want to know why? Because I don't have one of those businesses that's making $100,000, $100 million a year. I don't have that. So my goal is to be able to make that. And if I'm going to make that, my mindset has to be, what is tired? Tired is a mindset. If you tell yourself that you're tired, you 100% going to be tired. When people tell me they're tired, I just hang up on them or I stop talking to them. Because I don't deal with people that say, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. That's cool. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it? Because everybody's fucking tired. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have that mindset that tired means nothing right now, because what I need, my why, the stuff that I'm trying to accomplish is way more than me being tired. Being tired is just a mindset. So I'm not dealing with that. And motivation. I hear people talk about motivation all the time. And I literally have to check. Here's another book for my readers. I'm trying to help entrepreneurs. Actually, 2 books. If you don't have it, go download this book called Traction by Gino Wickman. Because if you're trying to start a business, it's the best way to go. Traction, Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman, 2 good books. But there's a book called Motivation Myth. Motivation is a myth. There's no such thing as motivation. There's inspiration. You can wake up and watch, who's this fucking dude nowadays? I actually kind of watch him because he cool, but Wes Watson, I think his name is.
Oh, yeah.
So he's one of them. But I like to watch a lot of people like Les Brown, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, these type of people, because these are people that they inspire me. They don't motivate me. But what the hell happens after you listen to a whole minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of these people hyping you up, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you jump out of the bed, and by 8 o'clock after you done had 1 cup of coffee, you tired. You better have some inspiration behind it, because motivation only lasts for a couple minutes, for an hour, but you have to be inspired in what the hell it is that you do. My inspiration is to change people's lives. I've made millions of dollars. I've lost millions of dollars. But that person that comes to me and like, Mike, I need to buy a house, and I need to buy it now because I'm tired of my living situation. They inspire me. So of course, when I get their credit report, I'm going to go crazy on their credit report. I want them to have a house. I'm going to put them in the best position to be able to do so. They inspire me. The fact that my mom had cancer and she had a hip surgery, and a woman still wakes up and bikes 10 miles a day, I'm inspired. My dad is a hardworking ass dude. This dude wakes up every single day because he just doesn't even know any better, but he's a physical worker. He shows up every single day. He never missed a game out of any of his 5 children. He went to work every single day. The man came home and made breakfast for us, damn near drove home and made dinner for us, and he never let tired be an excuse to what he was trying to accomplish. I'm inspired daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now I'm out of the NFL. My brother plays in the NFL. Everything that he does inspires me to the point where I got to go get more, because I know that half the reason why he's there is because of some shit that I did. But the fact that he's willing to stay there and put in the work inspires me. So if you're not inspired, you better go find some inspiration, because motivation is a myth. And if you don't believe me, go read this book, man. It's one of the best books. And the last book that I'm going to give you is Relentless by Tim Grover. If you haven't read it, he's got a series of these books called Relentless. I read both of them. He talks about Michael Jordan. He talks about Kobe Bryant. And he talks about both of them. What most people don't understand is, yes, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but Kobe Bryant's work ethic outshine Michael Jordan's work ethic every single time. That inspires me. And I'm like, well, if this is a human being that bleeds the same blood that I can, or that I do, why the hell can't I go do it? If Dwayne Johnson's up at midnight and he got all this other shit going on and he working out, what the hell is your excuse? Excuses just don't exist. So like I said, man, I'm sorry for going on a tangent. Man, I just get tired of talking about this. My damn shoulders are sweating, but you know, I get in the zone about it, bro. I'm serious about this because I live this shit every single day. People always tell me, you need to take a break. And you know what the hell I ask them? Why the fuck are you taking so many breaks? You want what I want, but
Right?
you're not willing to sacrifice what the hell it is that I sacrifice. You want me to take a break, but yeah, then I will be like you. And I'm not trying to do that. You know, at the end of
All right. Well, man, you just spitting game there for a minute. So we really appreciate it, man. You just I love the passion, and for those of you that want more, that want to really have that accountability and really be able to dig deep in your business and have us help you, um, we're looking at doing a coaching program. You'll have Mike and I both to be able to help you not only guide you where you need to be at in business, but your mindset, your action plans. I mean, how to build, and then not only how to get there, but once you get there, how to stay there and how to stay relevant in your position, but then how to just expand outside of what you're doing.
Mhm.
So we're working on that. We want to try to um, do these via Zoom calls.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do like one or two Zoom calls just to kind of get a feeler for people. We want action takers. We're
Mhm.
gonna put a sign up link. You're gonna sign up and show up because right now this class is gonna be free,
Mhm.
and then after that we're gonna let you know. Hey, we're gonna see what you get for free. Imagine what you get once you're paying for it.
100%. Like Steven said, I think the biggest thing is I've always been a person to pour into the people, man. I love what I do. And I thank God for it every single day because for me, my passion is to help people. My job is to help people. My purpose is to help people. And that's why I started my credit repair company. Because even as an athlete in the NFL, we make millions of dollars. But guess what? Like I told you all when we first started this live, um, if in 3.25 years, 8 out of 10 players go broke and divorce, then there's a huge, huge, huge issue. So being able to pour back into the community, these people like you can't start businesses, you can't create passive income, you can't make a lot of money having a business. But how do you start that business? How do you structure it? How do you create that foundation? Once you get that, how do you scale? How do you maintain? This is something that me and Steven is working on because, like I said before, Steven is one of the people that I lean heavily on because Steven was one of the first people that taught me free marketing. But it takes work. A lot of people run ads. You're not ready to run ads. You need to be able to go in there and free market, but that causes you to be outside of your comfort zone. Anything that you do in business or in life in general, if you sitting back going that cool, this is enough, I'm comfortable where I'm at, you will lose 100% of the time because life isn't about being comfortable, it's about getting outside of your comfort zone. So what we want to do is we want to extend the offer to you all, like Steven said, and create the atmosphere and an environment in a community of people that are go-getters. Whether it's credit, let's face it, nowadays credit is the basis of everything. If you want to start a business, you better have some damn good credit. You're not gonna have it.
For real.
It's 100% has to do with credit, but also the accountability piece, the motivation, the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Being inspired to be able to continuously grow, and then having people that have been through it. Hell, we go through it all the time. There are cycles. Every entrepreneur goes through a cycle. You better believe it. Business is great one day, and then the next day you might lose $100,000. You're trying to figure out where the hell to go, and you want to quit. Well, guess what? We want to create the communities where people come in, and yeah, you dealing with people who've been there. You dealing with people who know how to get you out of that. You're dealing with people that know how to sustain that. So we want to extend this to people and create that community, and we will be doing it via Zoom. So we'll create a landing page, a link to where you can sign up if you want to join it. Please do. If you have time, drop me a DM. Let me know what it is that you want to learn, whether it's motivation, health and fitness, whatever the case may be, credit. Drop questions because we want to make sure that it's tailored 100% to the people. I can come in here and tell you about credit all day till my face turn green, but guess what? It ain't doing me no good if it's not answering the questions that you all need. So we will extend it, and then we will do a probably somewhere in between a 4 to 6 month mentorship where you can join this mentorship. And if you do not know, Stephen is number one, a very, very, very great entrepreneur when it comes to credit repair, but he has a very, very good credit repair system. And he also is very, very great at litigations. So if you have debt collections and you're a credit repair company and you can't get these debt collections off your credit report, you need to holler at Stephen. And if you just want to get your feet wet, you can go download my ebook. You can comment when. You can go grab my ebook. It'll give you a little bit of basis of credit, how we actually dispute accounts, how to build credit immediately, and just understanding the process. And yeah, man, it'll be great.
All right. Well, thank you all for tapping in. We definitely went past the time that we wanted,
My bad.
but Mike starts talking. I mean, they call him those for a reason. You don't get in the way.
Yeah, man, I be going off on tangents, but I be telling people, look, I'm gonna be up here telling you the game, because at the end of the day, I'm not gatekeeping shit, not a damn thing.
Right.
And you better believe if I'm up here talking about it, I didn't did it, because I do some crazy stuff. And like I tell you, one thing my brother said, one of Mike's core values is crazy, because he don't understand shit else. But that's just what it is, man. Because I'm gonna do what you don't want to do. At the end of the day, because I want to get to where I need to get to. So, Stephen, as always, brother, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everybody that jumped on. Thank you. If you need anything, please DM me. If I don't respond right away, I will definitely get back to you. Same with Stephen. He's an open
Yeah,
book.
please.
Message him. So, yeah, but we be looking forward to doing this. Look out for links, reels, stories, posts about the mentorship that we're going to develop. And if you want something, man, come get it, because we open gates for you all.
Yeah, for real. All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Stephen. See you.